Fresh back from Israel, Congressman Dutch Ruppersberger talks with Ann Kramer about Iran, the stability of the region, oil, and jobs.
In my role as the ranking member of the Intelligence Committee, the chairman, Mike Rogers, and I went to Israel to meet with Prime Minister Netanyahu and with Defense Minister Barak, and also with some of the members of Knesset that run the government of Israel. I think what I come away with is this, that number one, Iran is an extremely dangerous country. That Iran is an extremely dangerous country. They are exporting terrorism throughout the world. They are providing missiles and IEDs to countries that are fighting and engaging with us in Afghanistan and Iraq. They have said that they're going to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. And if they get nuclear weapons, it's an extremely dangerous situation, not only for Israel, but for the entire world, including the United States of America. We see that they were attempting to assassinate the ambassador from Saudi Arabia in Washington, D.C., without any regard for American lives. So we have to stop Iran. And I want to make it clear, there's been a lot of media about how the state of Israel, there's been a lot of media about how the country of Israel, which is a sovereign country, the United States, disagree on what we should do as far as Iran. There's no disagreement between the United States and between Israel. Israel has the right to defend themselves. We will stand up for Israel. We will make sure that Iran knows that we're together as a team, that we're going to support Israel to protect themselves and their citizens. But it's just not about Israel. It's about the whole world and how dangerous that Iran is to the whole world peace, especially as it relates to terrorism.
Well, what was your sense of how close an attack may be?
Well, first thing, I think that we both agree that the sanctions now are working. The sanctions need to continue to work with not only the United States and Israel, but other countries. It is affecting their economy. Their inflation rate is going sky high. There's a lot of disruption. But Iran needs to know if they think that they're going to threaten or attempt to attack the United States, Israel, or any other country, that we're going to stand up with a big stick and we're going to stop them. There's nothing off the table. But we don't want to go to war unless we have to go to war. And at this point, I think there's an agreement that these sanctions are working. If they don't work, and if Iran continues to stall so that they can continue to build weapons of mass destruction, then we'll have to evaluate that situation. The most important thing is that Iran needs to know that the United States and Israel are together on this issue.
One of the reasons that we're seeing almost $4 a gallon gasoline, we're hearing, is the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran and the possible impact if Iran would shut down the shipping channels for oil. How concerned are you about Marylanders being able to afford $4 a gallon gasoline in such a struggling economy still?
There are a lot of issues on why oil prices will go up, and it's an international issue. There is a concern about Iran, that there are other countries that can provide that oil, and that has to be done. Saudi Arabia, as an example. Most of the countries that receive oil from Iran have already made other arrangements at this time. But this is an example of why we need to make sure we work through sanctions. But it is a volatile part of the world, the Middle East, and if Iran continues to follow through on their actions and their threats, it's constantly creating an instability that the world can't live with. So we have to be focused on the issue of oil, and hopefully we'll be able to resolve that. It's not just a United States problem, it's a problem all over the world.
Congressman Dutch Ruppersberger, thanks for joining us.
On the air at 1090 AM and 97.9 FM HD4. On the web at WBAL.com.